In this Adobe Illustrator tutorial, we're gonna learn how to create editable overlapping shadow text effect. First, select the type tool and write anything. Let's write shadow. Make the text bigger. I'll select a bold font. Let's pick a bright color so the shadows are noticeable. There are many limitations in creating overlapping shadow text effect in Illustrator, and I need to talk about that. We might be thinking, I'll reduce the kerning. Kerning is the process of adjusting the space between characters. This way, the text will be overlapped. Then we can add the drop shadow. But this won't work. You see, the whole word is considered one single object. The shadow will be placed under the text, not on each character. So what about if I select only one character and then send it to back? Well, that doesn't work either. Still, this is one single object. I hope Adobe will fix it. Anyway, let's delete this text. The only way to create overlapping text effect with shadows is to write each character or letter separately and then add the shadow separately as well. Let's type S. Pick a brighter color. Do not expand it or create outlines. If you do that, then it won't be editable anymore. Okay, now let's add the shadows. Go to Effect, Stylize, Drop Shadow. Adjust the shadows however you want. Something like this will work. You can also change the shadow color but keep it black. Now hold Alt Option and drag to duplicate it. While holding Alt Option and dragging, hold Shift as well. It will maintain the straight line of the characters. Press Ctrl or Command and D to duplicate it few more times. But rather than duplicating it from the left to right side, do it from the right to left side. This way the shadows fall behind the next character. Right now the right character is casting shadow on the left character. We need the opposite. Press Ctrl Command and Z to undo. Move the S to the right side. Now hold Alt Option and drag to make a duplicate. Now press Ctrl Command and D to duplicate it few more times. Now you see the shadows are correctly placed. Each character is separate. So if you need to change any character, for example the S, then select the type tool or press T for the type tool and double click on S. Now simply type the letter you want it here. I want to write H for shadows. Similarly, change all the characters. The spacing isn't right. With the selection tool, select all the letters except S, and with the right arrow key, move it to the right as much as you need. Do this for all the letters. You can see here the shadows are overlapping. To hide this, we can create a black background. Select the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle to cover the whole artboard. Make it black. Now drag it down behind the text layers. We can change the text color or letters since this is all editable. There's few more limitations I must talk about. Let's go back few steps by pressing Ctrl Command and Z. You see the shadow effect we applied here is a rasterized effect, but the reason we choose Illustrator, not Photoshop, is because we want it all vector. But unfortunately there isn't any proper way to add vector shadows either. Let's do it so it will be clear to you. I'll type S and pick a bright color like before. To add shadows, we need to duplicate this layer. One way to duplicate any shape or text is to add the transform effect. Set copies to 1 and move the horizontal and vertical values. Now hit OK. The problem of this effect, you cannot add different color to the copies which we wanna use as the shadow. You can expand it, but that will not be editable anymore. Let's delete the transform effect. What you can do is to add the shadows separately if you want the shadows to be a vector shape. Hold Alt Option and drag to make a copy. Now change it to a darker color. Then send it to back. This way we can add the shadows and keep it vector, but that's a lot of work. Adobe should introduce a new method to add shadows in Illustrator, but for now these are the two ways to add both vector and rasterize shadows. Hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new from it. I'll see you on my next video. Thanks for watching.